Okay, Assalamualaikum. My name is Danish bin Abdul Razak. My matrix number is DF220019, and I'll be presenting introduction. So, importance of effective water system design. So, ensure sustainable use, distribution, and protection of water resources, as well as reduces environmental impact of human activities. Second, main components of water systems: water supply, sewerage networks, stormwater management, erosion, and sediment control. Okay, so for the objective, there are three objectives. First is design a stormwater system that improves water flow and reduces environmental impact. Second, use hydrological modeling, green infrastructure, and smart drainage strategies. Finally, ensure compliance with regulations and promote long-term sustainability. Okay, so this is our location study. So this is an image from Google Earth Pro. So our location is Hulu Terengganu, Terengganu.
Assalamualaikum, my name is Muhammad Alif bin Kalam. I will be presenting about literature review. First, stormwater management is important to reduce flow and improve water quality. We engineered that suggested using permeable surface and biofiltration to manage runoff more effectively. Next, WSUD or Water Statistics Urban Design is about using natural systems in city planning. Muhammad Siddiq showed that rain gardens can help absorb stormwater and remove pollutants, especially in Malaysia city. For sustainability, one introduced SUD and LIT system that help city deal with climate change and improve water infrastructure resilience. Then we have erosion control. ESCP is needed to prevent soil erosion during construction. Abdullah mentioned problems like with enforcement and low awareness. The IT and FSMA provide guidelines like using seed fences and vegetation to control erosion. Lastly, for water reticulation system, Al-Jari stresses how important it is to estimate water demand correctly and use the right pipe sizing. The Malaysia Water Associations give design guideline, and Karunakara show low-cost system for rural area. The PARMS model also had decide when pipe should be replaced based on cost and performance. This point support to the development of a better and more sustainable water system. Next, I will presenting methodology. This project applies several methods to support integrated water system design. First, Google Earth Pro was used to define the study area, extract elevation data, and identify flow pause zones. Stormwater runoff was estimated using the relational method, which involves selecting a design ARI, calculating time and concentration, determining rainfall intensity, and apply the formula Q equals CIA. For erosion sediment control, both the USLE and MUSLE method were used to estimate annual soil loss and sediment yield based on factors such as rainfall, erosivity, slope, and land cover. Finally, water reticulation was designed following the MWA guideline, involving calculation of daily water demand, peak and fire flow rate, heat loss, reservoir pressure check, and water tank sizing for 100 unit of short houses.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Muhammad Hakim Kurniawan bin Subagi. My matrix number is DF220010. So today I will be presenting about the stormwater management. So the estimation of peak flow rate, or we call it as Q, for a subcatchment is carried out by using rational method, as it is widely accepted and recommended in Malaysia MSMA. So there are 7 steps to follow. The first step is select design ARI. The second one is discretize subcatchment. The third one is estimate time of concentration, or we call it STC. The next one is determine the average rainfall intensity, or we call it SI. Estimate runoff coefficient, and then calculate average runoff coefficient, and last but not least is calculate peak flow rate, or we call it SQ. So here is the result that we get. So for the stormwater result, we have 3 ridge, which is ridge AB, ridge AC, and ridge AD. So first and foremost, we calculate the overland and the grass channel to get the SO and SD, and then we calculate the TO using the formula 107 times N times L power of 1/3 divided by S power of 1/5, and we get the answer for TOAB is 19.86. For TOAC we get 20.35, and TO for AD we get 19.93. After that we calculate the value of TD with using the formula of NL over 60 R power of 2/3 times S power of 1/2, and we get the answer of TDAB. We get 0.455. TDAC we get 1.308. TDAD we get 0.339. After we get the value of TO and TD, we add both of the values to get TC. So TCAB, TCAC, TCAD, we get, for TCAB we get 0.34 hour. TCAC we get 0.36 hour, and TCAD we get 0.34 hour. So after assuming the ARI is 50 years, for each ridge, we get the TC, we convert it to the our value, and then we can calculate the I value with using the formula given. And I value for AB we get 196.71. For AC we get 190.84, and I for AD we get 196.71. After we get the value of I, we can get the flow rate with using formula C times I times A divided by 360, and we get the Q for AB, which is 21.86, Q for AC 21.21, and Q for AD we get 21.86.
Hello, my name is Iskandar bin Sazali. My number metric number is DF220009. Okay, I want to explain about erosion and sediment control plan, ESCP analysis. First, the introduction. Purpose ESCP is to minimize soil loss, control sedimentation, and protect environmental quality during construction. Guidelines designed in accordance with the Urban Stormwater Management Manual for Malaysia, MASMA, and the Guidelines for Erosion and Sediment Control in Malaysia, 2010. The next is soil loss estimation, the USLE method. Okay, first thing is the formula for the A, R times K times LS times C times B. Catchment area is 100 hectares. Okay, what is A? A is average annual soil aeration loss. R is rainfall erosivity factor. K is soil erodibility factor. L is slope length factor. S is slope steepness factor. C is cover and management factors, and P conservation practice factor. Okay, next is R factor, rainfall erosivity, and K factor, soil erodibility. Okay, R factor rainfall erosivity is we got a value is 90,000 for the knee. Source figure is 3.8 for Terengganu, interpolate for Tanah Rata area. And K factor, soil erodibility, we got the value 0.050 ton the ni. Okay, soil series A muncul series because the location we decide to choose is nearby Muchong at Terengganu. Layer B common in hilly forest areas of Hulu Terengganu. Okay, the next is find the LSF factors, slope length and steepness. Okay, first thing, define the sheet flow path length. Okay, we got 48 meters and standard slope length 22.13 meters. Average slope gradient 10%, and empirical exponent 0.5. Around 5% to 12% slope, and we got the final LS value is 1.723. Next is method modify universal soil loss equation, MUSLE. Okay, first thing we use equation y equal 89.6 times V times cubic power of 0.56 times K times LS times C times P. We chose the design stone 5 years at ARI, and catchment area is 100 hectare, and north of is C 0.3, and rainfall intensity is 86.97 mm per hour. The next is MUSE calculation step. Okay, step 1 is runoff volume V. We got the 72,475 meter per cube. And step 2, pitch discharge. We got 0.7248 meter cube per second. Before that, we got the 2,609. We convert after that. And step 3, they have the 3. Use the equation KLCP value. No equation. I means the collect. We get the data, so we use for equation, and we got the final answer is 891.72 tons per storm event. Okay, the last one is conclusion of ESCP analysis. Okay, next is the estimate soil loss. We got the 1,636.85 ton hectare per year, and sediment yield we got 3,891.72 tons per storm event. Highlight the critical needs for effective intervention. Okay, next step clearly defines specific ECP measure like silt fans and sediment traps to reduce soil loss effectively. This analysis forms a strong foundation for sustainable water management. Thank you.
Okay, next, Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. I will explain about the introduction of water reticulation. Water reticulation refers to the network of pipes, valves, and other infrastructure used to distribute water from a source to various users, such as home, business, and industry. It encompasses the design, installation, maintenance, and repair of the system. Essentially, is the entire process of getting water from where it's available to where it's needed. Okay, this is the AutoCAD that our group proposed. Plan that our group proposed using the AutoCAD. For next step is calculate the water demand. To calculate the water demand, must the area multiply 1000 divided by 100 meter square. For bedroom 1, the result is 325 liter per day. For bedroom 2, 285 liter per day, and office and showroom 854 liter per day, and the total of water demand is 1464 liter per day per unit shop house. Okay, untuk determine the design flow, kita perlu darab shop house that we propose from the project. This project, our group propose 100 unit shop house, darab 1464 liter per day. Jadi total liter per day 146,400 liter per day. Next, for flow rate, 146,400 tu must multiply time per day, next 1 day per 24 hour, multiply 1 hour per 60 minute, multiply 1 minute per 60 second, and we get 0.17 LPS, liter per second. Next, for average flow 1.0, multiply total flow rate and divide by 86,400, and we get 1.7 liter per second. And peak flow also same, but we must multiply with 2.5 multiply with total liter per day and divide by 86,400, and we get 4.25 liter per second. And for fire flow, we must based on the water extraction requirement. For our fire risk 28.36, and we must plus the total liter per day divided by 86,400, and we get the 26.68 liter per second. And for our proposed building, use class C because the building is shop house and 1-story building. Okay, untuk pengiraan head loss of pipe, proposed design 150 mm pipe. Jadi we assume guna velocity guna MS 128 Malaysia Standard 1.2 ms. Jadi kita kira Reynolds numbers ni dapat 180,000, iaitu turbulent flow. Next, untuk find the friction factor, jadi kita kena assume pipe kinematic viscosity 0.045 mm ataupun persebaran 4.5 darab 10 negatif 5 m. Jadi diameter pipe 0.15 meter sama 150 mm tadi. Jadi guna formula yang dinyatakan ni dapat friction factor 0.019. Okey, seterusnya untuk head loss of pipe. Ni drawing yang kita orang propose aliran pipe daripada from main pipe untuk satu buah unit shop house. Jadi note AB and CD kita orang dapat friction loss 0.11, for minor loss 0.132. Jadi head loss hasil tambah daripada minor loss and friction loss. Jadi result dia 0.242 meter. Sama juga dengan note ACMBD, kita kira benda sama je, friction loss, minor loss and head loss. Jadi total head loss sama je dengan result yang not ABCD sebab jarak dia lebih kurang 12 meter and 12.2 meter. Jadi jawapan dia 0.242 meter. Untuk pengiraan pressure head calculation, kita kena tahu top water level dia. Kita kena kira top water level dia. Kita assume platform level 15 meter, available head 20 meter. Jadi top water level ni platform level tambah building head tambah 3 meter 10 head. Jadi result top water level 21.5 meter. For residual head pula, minimum residual head adalah 7.6 meter. Jadi En tambah H tolak top water level tu formula dia. Jadi 15 tambah 20 tu tolak dengan 21.5 jadi 13.5 over 7.6 meter. Jadi untuk projek ni okey. For design of water tank, volume storage tank, assume kita perlu supply 2 days for common for reality. Jadi 1.464 darab 2 2.928 meter padu. Jadi kita bundahkan kepada 3 meter. Jadi proposed design kita 3 meter padu rectangular angular tank. Jadi from the volume formula for rectangular tank, length darab width darab head, jadi kita guna formula and kita orang dapat head 1.2 meter, width 1 meter and length 2.5 meter. Jadi tank size kita orang propose adalah 2.5 meter darab 1 meter darab 1.2 meter. Sekian dari saja untuk water regulation. Terima kasih.
For this discussion, this project has a lack of strong foundation for an integrated water system design. We have successfully estimated the stormwater runoff, salt reduction, and sediment yield. We highlight the important heavy effective control measure to protect the environment. Additionally, the initial design of the water reticulation network ensure consistent water supply for the proposed development, and it follow a relevant Malaysia design standard. Moving forward, the project will focus on designing specific stormwater feature such as detention basin and permeable surface. It will also involve identifying the appropriate erosion and sediment control strategy to reduce soil loss. Finally, the water supply network will be refined through detailed simulation, and service system will be integrated to complete a fully sustainable and resilient water infrastructure.
So, as for the conclusion of our project, this project successfully lays the groundwork for an integrated water system designed by thoroughly analyzing stormwater runoff, estimating soil erosion and sediment yield, and designing a robust water reticulation network. The adherence to Malaysian design guidelines and the use of established methodologies provides a strong foundation for sustainable water management. The calculations highlight the significant environmental impact that can result from unmanaged stormwater and land development, underscoring the critical need for effective interventions. The initial design of the water reticulation system demonstrates the feasibility of delivering a reliable water supply to the proposed development. To boost the project's effectiveness and tackle the identified challenge, the next phase should concentrate on designing specific stormwater infrastructure like detention basins and permeable surfaces based on the calculated peak flows. We'll also need to define erosion and sediment control plan, or we call it as ESCP measures, such as silt fences and sediment traps to reduce soil loss. Furthermore, we'll optimize the water reticulation network using detailed simulation to refine pipe size and improve efficiency. Crucially, this project must also seamlessly integrate sewage network, with the existing component to create a truly sustainable and resilient water system, ultimately supporting long-term urban development, public health, and last but not least, environmental protection. So that's all from our group for the project. Thank you so much. Goodbye.